start here in the Princess Elizabeth Challenge Cup. Shiplake College against Abingdon School. Great start there from both schools. Looks perhaps like Abingdon School on the right-hand side might have just a bit of a lead here in the early stages. Really good job by the coxswain. There we've seen quite a few crews as they've come past Temple Island get pushed out into the middle, but just some small corrections there to ensure that they stayed in their station. Well handled by the coxswain there, Freddie Birmingham from the Abingdon School. We have about a canvas lead at the moment in this very early stage over Shiplake College.
It's a very nice, well-controlled start. No one went too high, just trying to get the early rhythm.
So Abingdon, which is the school closest to us on screen, getting a warning. They've drifted out just a little too far into the middle. Of course, it's really important to stay on your station here and not wash down the other crew, or worse, even have a collision.
Worse, even have a collision. And especially to have a steering issue in the first minute of the race is not helpful. But they both raced each other several times this year, with Shiplake coming out ahead most times. Shiplake winning the school's head, coming in third at the school's national. But of course, Abingdon, as you know, have the history. They've been three-time winners between 2011 and 2013.
But Shiplake now moving to about a length's lead clear over the Abingdon School. The coach of Shiplake College, Hugh McWorth, he said he knew that that last round was going to be a difficult race for them, but they certainly expected that they were going to be able to get through to Thursday.
Well, it looks that way now. They have a comfortable lead, if any lead is comfortable at Henley with the booms, although having a coxswain certainly helps.
Absolutely takes a few variables out of it. But I think they're looking really strong here, Shiplake. It looks like a nice controlled race from them. They held their cool in the early stages of that race. I'm always amazed with these junior crews, the composure and the maturity that so many of the crews race with when they're at this event.
No, I agree. The composure of most of these races is very good. Even in the last race with the girls' quads was unbelievable. Now, Abingdon will be trying something. This is the last race with their coach, Allie Brown, who moves on now to Leander. So they were trying to do something special for him. They've been very successful under his tutelage for several years now.
But as we've spoken about, the standard of all of these crews, it's really a great effort to get a start here at Henley, but then also to make it through to the second round, which they have here on the Thursday.
Shiplake is rowing very well in control with a nice reach and almost no whitewater, no splashing. They put the blade in very cleanly and nicely.
And it is just a really simple rhythm that they have, particularly around the back end there. I really like what they're doing, nice and together, but it looks very efficient. Not a whole lot of extra movement going on.
No, and you can see in the Abingdon boat they're being affected by the rougher water with their balance. But then again, you always look more relaxed when you're leading by a length and a half.
That's right. It does give you a bit of confidence, a bit of chance to, I think, sit up and breathe up and just make sure that you're in control and locking into the call from the coxswain.
Which is what's unusual about rowing over most sports. If you're running, you're always looking behind you to see how much you're winning and who's gaining, whereas when rowing, once you're in front, you can gauge your opponent, relax, which makes it even more difficult for a comeback.
That's right, and in match racing, to be able to be in that defending position and to get a view back, a look back at the competition, particularly when it's only one-on-one, as we see here at Henley, rather than a fleet race as well, where maybe something can be happening on the far side of the course or a crew can move up. Here you're just fixated on on one crew, so it is easier in that respect to play the game a little bit.
Yes. And I'm sure Shiplake is looking to increase their finish from third at the school's national and extract some revenge. Past the mile mark, it looks like a 2-length lead for Shiplake. They won't be thinking about tomorrow's race, but they'll be beginning to think about tomorrow's race.
Shiplake will be meeting Gonzaga in tomorrow's race, and I would think that if I was in that crew and if this situation was unfolding, the coxswain would be starting to talk to them about what they're going to do tomorrow. So even though it looks like they're handling things quite comfortably at the moment, you still want to be mind on the job. We know that one little mishap can really change things very quickly here, but also starting to do a bit of a rehearsal of what tomorrow's race will look like. And we just saw the coxswain there in the Shiplake crew. Jamie Pond, he had a good look back just to make sure that they were still in a comfortable position. Of course, the rowers can see the crew that's behind them, but the coxswain can't.
Correct. And that coxswain had a very good neck swivel. It looked like an owl, barn owl, taking that look.
That's right, eyes in the back of the head.
Now, the coach will have spoken to the coxswain about what to do in the last several hundred meters to get ready for tomorrow's race. But, of course, you never mention that to the oarsmen and let them focus on one race at a time.
That's right, locking into the calls from the coxswain. Very comfortable race there for Shiplake College. Continuing to row up to crossing the line, so certainly wanting to show anyone who's watching who might meet them in future rounds. We know that tomorrow that will be Gonzaga, that they did that pretty comfortably over the Abingdon School in this round of the Princess Elizabeth Challenge Cup.